Hello everybody and welcome back to ICT. Today we're going to be looking at how to make Mediator products, and specifically we're going to be looking at setup, page setup and a few bits and pieces of nomenclature that are really useful. So I'm going to start off as you probably see your screen. So here's today's work. How do we do it? Well, I've got mine in a bit of a different place, so I'm going to find Mediator. So that's mine here. And when you open it, it takes a little while to load up, but you get three options. And the option that you're going to use is standard. Now, you won't have to go through any of that again. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new document. I'm going to have mine as standard. You can have a Flash or an HTML version, but as it says here, it determines the design options. It's better to do it in standard, and then we may be able to convert it to a Flash, which is we can use on Android applications, or an HTML, HTML5, which should be okay on iPads. So if we click OK, and I want full screen with frame, but you can choose a window or a full screen. I like my full screen with frame, and I've set it to the appropriate window size. Change the border. Now I think I'm going to have a nice brown border because it's Drusilla's. So here we go. Page 1, everything's blank. It looks pretty awful. What we're going to do about this? First thing we're going to do is change that page name. Right click on it, rename. Home. Now, when you go and make new pages, which is you click on it and you go new page, you must have underscores or no spaces. If you try and put in a space, it will go wrong. Let me show you. Page 2. Here's a space. Invalid name. It says invalid name because you need the underscore. Now, you can make as many pages as you like. I'm going to go back to the home page and do the next thing. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the colour. I can't stand white as a background, so I'm going to choose a Drusilla's colour, which is this goldy colour. So let's have that, and let's do the same for that. In fact, let's get rid of that one, and let's go copy, and then Control V for paste, and then we're going to rename page 2. By the way, with page names, you've got to choose sensible ones. Mine's only sensible because there's nothing else. So with our home, I'm going to insert. The next thing I'm going to insert is a headline. All you need to do is click the thing that you want to insert, and then you drag out the rough shape of what you want. So I'm going to do Drusilla's Park. Okay, that's fair enough, but it looks pretty awful. So let's get making it a bit more zhuzhed up. Let's go and see what wonderful things we can do. Now the Drusilla's one, you can, that's all right. But remember, our audience needs something fairly easy to read, but it's usually, you're going to find one that's probably very suitable. So I'm going to go Drusilla's Park there. That looks kind of cool. Now, I also don't like the black, so I'm going to change the fill, and I'm going to change it to red. So that's nice and cool. So what are we going to do with this page? Now, I think I want to put in some text. So I grab a text box like that and draw it out, and I just write it in. Welcome to Drusilla's Park, where you can find all sorts of rhubarb. Now, you're obviously going to make it perfect, and you're going to make yours colours. Now, I want to show you quickly how to insert an image, because this is something that a lot of people want to know immediately. So here we go. You grab a picture, drag it out, and then you go to your computer, go find all of your images. I'm going to go into my downloads, and if I go stick in the Drusilla part logo, just the frame size fit the picture in this case, but we can use it as a background picture. I am going to say this is possibly the worst idea ever, because if it's not a vector picture, it's going to look awful. And if you don't know what the difference between a vector image and the other kinds of images, just Google them. Click OK. Why is it like that? Oh, it's not worked. Oh dear. Let's get rid of that. So let's right click, edit, delete. But that's how you put in an image. Insert, picture, drag it out. Oh, let's have Kalashnikitty in, just for a giggle. Get rid of that. Okay. So that's how to put in an image. That's how to put in a text box. That's how to put in a headline. And the only other thing you need to do is know at the moment is how to do the buttons, and those will come to in our next lesson. Thank you very much for listening.